Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us on the news desk of NTA Channel 5 Abuja at 1. I am Tessie Omeri with the details. The FCT coalition of southern people comprising of indigenes from the south, south and southeast regions living in the Federal Capital Territory have commended the FCT Minister Muhammad Musa Bello for visionary leadership in appointing reliable people to be part of the FCT administration. Hawa Gimba reports that the commendation came during a press briefing in Abuja.
Commending the FCT Minister Mohammed Musa Bello on his focus and purposeful leadership and assigning special assistants to work for the FCTA, members of the FCT coalition of southern people living in the territory have assured the administration of their continued support and cooperation for better development of the FCT. Political leader of the southern people in the Federal Capital Territory and the Vice Chairman, Abuja Municipal Area Council, Lawrence Onochukwu, gave a tap on the back as the FCT minister in the recent appointment availed their sons and daughters opportunity in the FCT administration.
Everybody is happy, and I want to use the opportunity as the leader of the people of the South in APC to thank a very big thank you to Honorable Minister of Federal Capital Territory, Mohammed Musa Bello, and our leader, our father of the nation, Mohammed Buhari, who has also put his signature in this appointment.
FCT chairman of the South-South Forum, Abdul Wahab Ekende, further expressed his appreciation to the minister for recognizing the capacity of Mr. Ikairu Atta and Ms. Hail Mary Apo with positions to serve the administration.
Well, we want to give the Honorable Minister the benefit of doubt that yes, our people are part of the government and they will support him, and we will give them all the needed support to support his administration to succeed.
When it comes to the issue of the board appointment, as the vice chairman of AMAC and others, I've also told you, the minister is passionate about it. He has given us very sensitive positions in government here, and we are grateful together we'll make an impact, far more impact in governance.
We appreciate our honorable minister for the opportunity and privilege given to us to serve in his government, and we want to say thank you to the honorable minister.
The meeting was fully attended by members of the coalition of southern people living in the Federal Capital Territory, including traditional rulers who promised to continue to support the FCT administration. Hawa Gimba, NTA News.
The newly inaugurated mandate secretaries and other political appointees of the FCT administration have been advised to visit to key into the urban renewal agenda of the administration. FCT Minister Muhammad Musa Bello gave the advice during the inauguration of the new appointees in Abuja. Shuaibu Onoze Yakubu has details.
Friends, family members and other well-wishers thronged the FCDA conference hall to witness the inauguration of the newly appointed mandate secretaries and other senior political appointees. FCT Minister Muhammad Musa Bello told the new appointees to key into the urban renewal agenda of the administration, which is geared towards the restoration of the provisions of the Abuja Master Plan, and to embrace the values of teamwork and effective communication, as well as to be innovative.
I enjoin you to get acquainted with basic public service rules and government procurement guidelines, and also embrace the values of teamwork and effective horizontal communication and cooperation.
Some of the appointees promised to hit the ground running for the tasks ahead.
We'll be looking at the entirety of the FCTA and ensuring that persons that we give money to do some things actually give us back quality services.
As long as there's a will, there's always a way. We're going to hit the ground running. We're going to pave a way for the youth, for the women, and for the general populace of FCT.
The newly inaugurated appointees of the FCT administration comprises of mandate secretaries, executive secretary FCDA, heads of agencies and personal aides into relevant positions in the FCT administration. Shuaibu Onoze Yakubu, NTA News.
The Abiodun Essence Foundation, saddled with the responsibilities of protecting the rights of women and the girl child, has paid an advocacy visit to the AMAC chairman. The visit is to intimate them of some of their intending projects, which include promoting the rights of indigenous people of the FCT. Serafina Okon Umekwe has details.
The advocacy visit, which had representatives from the 6 area councils and 17 chiefdoms of the nation's capital, is geared towards addressing the well-being and challenges faced by the indigenes of the Federal Capital Territory. The project coordinator, Abiodun Eshert, is partnering with MacArthur Foundation and the leader of the Wives of Traditional Rulers of Abuja, Hannatu Usman.
In relation to conflict resolution around issues around sexual and gender-based violence. So we want to strengthen the 6 chiefdoms in Amak and Buari on how they resolve conflicts in relation to human rights and promoting the rights of people living with disability.
It's for original inhabitants. That yes, is on the guest child and violence against women and guest child education.
While thanking the group, the AMAC chairman Abdullahi Candido also used the medium to appeal to FCT indigenes to take their studies seriously and also to be more involved in an all-inclusive politics and commercial businesses.
That I want to support the initiative of our mothers. They are not supposed to be seen in public by the tradition. But if you remain inside, if you keep remaining inside your homes, our future will be consumed.
So that's why we will have series of advocacies to all these chiefdoms and the LGAs. Our AMAC, since is the center, we are starting the advocacy with the AMAC chairman.
The project coordinator also noted that at the end of the 2-year project, the indigenous people of Abuja will be better equipped in trades and investments as their rights will be structurally strengthened, not leaving out a better and enhanced justice system. In Abuja, Serafina Okon Umekwe, NTA News.
More than 10 teachers in the FCT public schools have been trained on virtual and digital devices. Organizers say this is to ensure smooth academic activities in the face of unforeseen circumstances. Hadiza Godwin Ebune was at the training and brought back this report.
The Youth Empowerment Education Initiative says one of the objectives of the visual and digital training of teachers is to equip them with continuous education in the face of any challenge. The executive director of the initiative, Dr. Chris Edowo, says following the total shutdown of schools in 2020 due to the outbreak of COVID-19 pandemic, there were a series of calls for alternative teaching and learning.
Having seen what happened in 2020, we need to advocate for this, to see how our teachers can be ICT literate and then have this means of virtual learning.
Whatever we have experienced here today, we'll actually pass it on over to our directors, our top management, so that they will key into it.
The participants who were drawn from the FCT schools said the training is apt as teaching will be made easy.
I've learned how to schedule class online, even if there's any lockdown that may eventually come. I'm not praying for that though. But whatever the case, we have gained so much from this training.
With this training, I'm completely equipped to be able to attend to my children, even when we are outside the school.
The organizers and the participants unanimously agreed that the visual and digital teaching should be made compulsory in all schools across the country. Hadiza Godwin Ebuni, NTA News.
And staying with education, the Nigerian Union of Teachers FCT wing has suspended the indefinite strike embarked upon due to the non-payment of outstanding arrears. Again, Hadiza Godwin Ebuni has a situation report.
That is a call to academics as the FCT Local Education Authority teachers have suspended the indefinite industrial action embarked upon by the Nigerian Union of Teachers, FCT wing. In a communique issued after an emergency meeting, the union have asked all teachers to return to their duty post.
We are not just teachers, we are professional teachers. When something happens like this, a teacher has on ground what to do to taking care of the lost ground. That is it by our training.
A visit to schools shows that teachers and students are back to the classrooms and academic activities are in full swing. As they say, they are leaving no stone unturned for students to cover up the syllabus.
You can see me with, even today's the day we're supposed to start the exam. Now we are postponed it to on 6th of this month, which is Monday. And you can see me, we are on. Definitely we are going to meet the time.
I'm happy that I'll continue with my education.
And I feel happy and excited that school is using me, and I want to learn more from education.
Stakeholders in the education sector say all hands must be on deck to make sure all loose ends are tackled in order to provide lasting solution. Hadiza Godwin Ebuni, NTA News.
And to encourage the learning of French among the younger generation, a simple French mathematics competition was organized for pupils of primary and junior secondary schools in the FCT. Odiri Ogboru Arotere reports that the competition was put together by the Nelly's Consult International.
Despite the adoption of French as second official language in Nigeria, the younger generation are not interested in learning French language. The highly competitive quiz was fun-filled for the pupils and students selected from 17 schools within the FCT. After 3 rounds of the competition in 3 categories, Chijoke of Kingdom Heritage School, Kubwa, emerged overall winner in the junior primary category, while Jasmine Julius of St. Bartholomew School and Deborah Daniel of JSS Biashi emerged overall winners for the senior primary and junior secondary school categories, respectively.
I'm very happy. I'm happy to be here.
Je suis en second position.
How do you feel?
Well, I feel great because although I tried, I couldn't be first, but I'm grateful to God that I was able to take second position.
I'm happy to become the first position. I worked hard and I paid attention.
The organizer, Juliet Okoro of Nelly's Consult International, says the aim of the competition is to make Nigerians, particularly the younger generation, understand the importance of bilingualism.
That is what brought this, and I'm happy that the children, they are really interested and they are really doing well. I'm so happy and I'm so proud of the children.
The world has all come out today to excel in their various performance. They did well.
Cash and other consolation prizes were given to winners of all categories. In Abuja, Odiri Ogboru Arotere, NTA News.
And away from education to other reports, that will be after this break. This is the news at 1. We'll be right back.
Move now! The red light won't kill you! Move now!
To dey disobey traffic law, they cause accidents. Me, I don't talk, say I no go dey do am again because change begins with me.
Let's cross the other side of the road.
I will no longer endanger my life crossing the express. Instead, I will use the bridge because change begins with me.
Oga driver, stop this bus now, won't come down. I be one carry me past where they go.
Make I dey stop anyhow for road, they cause traffic wahala and accidents. So I go dey stop for the right bus stop because change begins with me.
Change begins with me.
This message is brought to you by the National Orientation Agency in conjunction with the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture.
Thank you for staying with us. Figures from the Nigeria Center for Disease Control (NCDC) as at 1st December 2021 indicate 12 new cases of COVID-19 in the FCT. The number of confirmed cases stands at 23,525, while active cases now 104, and the number of discharged cases stands at 23,197. and 224 deaths have been recorded in the FCT. Now, women and girls make up more than half of the world's population, but still do not have sufficient access or opportunities to realize their full potentials as agents of change who can provide solutions to some of the country's most pressing issues. Hawa Gimba reports that the United Nations women have taken the bull by the horn through creating programs that will fight the cause of women.
With the symbol theme, Orange the World for the International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women, this year's stage is set for an enhanced protection of human rights and dignity of women in times of crisis, such as the COVID-19, which research shows exposed many to dehumanizing treatment, which includes threats to their fundamental rights to live. Record shows that the rate of domestic violence has swelled and the difficulty in accessing digital learning increased the risk of girls dropping out of school.
Many of our young people today are into drugs, and we all know that when a person is into drugs, it is very easy for that person to be violent.
One of the things that is needed most is the political will to be able to make sure that states pass these laws in their states and domesticate it.
Each day, 137 women are killed or murdered by some of their family members, but only 1 out of them responds by seeking help from the police.
There's no harm in speaking up.
If we keep allowing people to keep tormenting or violating our women, it's going to affect the future of Nigeria or the future of the world.
To stop it, please, my fellow women, you have to open up.
The Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women was established by the United Nations General Assembly in the year 1979. Hawa Gimba, NTA News.
Good health is a priority to humans, such that leaving it to biological, chemical, and pharmaceutical services alone will leave numerous health conditions unsolved. That is why a book titled A Sociology for Medical Practice has been unveiled to the reading public in Abuja. Safia Inoma Uchi.
The book, A Sociology for Medical Practice, narrates the social nature of human beings and medicine, emphasizing on stress, which is a magnet to so many illnesses. Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, says all issues discussed in the book are pertinent and very challenging.
I sincerely appreciate the author, Dr. Manassa, for his insight into the issues of leadership in determining the effectiveness and the efficiency of organizations, especially the health sector.
The book reviewer and erudite scholar Professor Ibrahim Njodi says the 289-page book is a must-read.
Some renowned philosophers and sociologists were revealed, highlighting the contribution of each to the growth and development of sociology as a discipline and its relationship with other social sciences.
The author, Manasseh Daniel Jatto, Deputy Governor of Gombe State, is optimistic that the book will reshape the reader's thinking about medical practice in Nigeria.
It is to attract observers, comments, supports, critics, and other actions whose contributions we believe will improve knowledge.
I will recommend it not only to every school, but every family, because there is no any family that doesn't have health issues.
The importance of psychologically and socially, how we'll be able to work together as an institution, and also as people of Nigeria to see how the book will be able to go a long way to help the Nigerian institutions.
Other guests say the 7 chapters of the book buttress facts that when health is absent, wisdom cannot reveal itself, art cannot manifest, strength cannot fight, wealth become useless, and intelligence cannot be applied. Safia Noma Uchi, NTA News.
Stakeholders in fruit processing say fruit extraction business is yet to get the needed support to grow in Nigeria, despite its huge economic benefits. Deborah Gazaji-Micah reports that this came to the fore at a two-day meeting organized by National Fruits Flu Management in Abuja.
Mango fruit commercialization can contribute immensely to the economic growth of the country. However, states like Benue, which is a hub for fruit production in Nigeria, is yet to catch in on this opportunity as it lacks modern mechanism for fruit extraction and processing. Stakeholders note that it is unfortunate that mango is not part of the food value chain promoted by the Ministry of Agriculture, hence the need to capture and develop mango in the agricultural diversification process.
It grows in Africa when it is not growing anywhere else in the world. So Africa has a window of export, and when it is growing in the Americas, it does not grow anywhere in the world. I am calling on the government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to, as a matter of urgency, return these two tree crops into the value chain development.
A lot of damage is controlled when a farmer has an idea of what will happen. And research and development is also very important, which we're already coming up in the country, but you can't do enough.
The project, which is on course to deliver results on financing surveillance of the fruit fly control system, is appealing to the government for funding.
For this particular project, we have 11 countries, but Nigeria is the biggest mango producer, and we need to support the country to make sure that it gets it right, so that it can bring more income for the farmers, more income for the country.
This meeting is very crucial to the survival of the project and the continuity, so that at the end of the day, government will come in to fund part of it.
We want to know how we can prevent from import mango or any other fruits to import some other pest, dangerous fruit like this. But by the way, also we want also to minimize for us to transmit that pest to other countries.
They believe that better involvement of both government and private sectors will assist to control and manage even pests, which is a threat to the process. Deborah Gazaji-Micah, NTA News.
10 visually impaired students and more than 15 physically challenged persons have received walking canes and wheelchairs respectively. Ifeoma Ojinta reports that this gesture marks the first in a series of donations to be made to persons with disability, courtesy of the Global Integrated Volunteers Association.
38-year-old Ayuba is a visually impaired chair weaver, while physically challenged Mariam makes beads. These persons with disabilities are trying against all odds to make ends meet. This is what the Global Integrated Volunteers Association GIVA is trying to encourage by disabusing the minds of young people living with disability from system-dependent mentality to self-dependent mindsets.
The 10-year project will initiate transformative empowerment programs to assist in addressing the issue of diversity, inclusion and equality of PLWG.
The donation of wheelchairs and walking canes is part of our 10-year project plan to build a threshold of 400 persons with disability as leaders.
We have a plan to be able to donate, train and empower 40 persons with disabilities per annum.
My take home is not to remain stagnant, is make sure that I keep on improving and make sure I am, let me say, marketable, so that whenever opportunity comes, it will meet me at the right place.
They're using motorcycle, that bicycle what they use. I know they use that kind of charts, but now I get it. That is why I thank God for Almighty Allah to help the person that gave me.
In a lecture on understanding discrimination against persons with disability Prohibition Act 2018, Professor Mutila Olasupo of the University of Abuja identified barrier to education as factor responsible for poverty among persons with disability.
It is very important for us in this country to make sure that
the education of a person with disability should be of paramount importance to Nigerian government. In fact, I'm advocating for Nigerian government to make education free for persons with disability.
The project is also expected to open discourse on cultural stigmatization, exclusion, and discrimination of persons with disability, with the aim of ensuring empathy and not sympathy for persons with disability. Ifoma Ojinta, NTA News.
And on sports, all tennis tournaments have been suspended over alleged sexual assault as Chelsea fight their way to victory over the Watford to maintain their place at the top of the Premier League table. Farida Isa Adamu has more on Sports Brief.
The Women's Tennis Association has announced suspension of all tennis tournaments in China amid concern for the Chinese tennis player Pang Shui after accusing the former Vice Premier Zhong Jilai of sexual assault. In football, Chelsea retained their spot at the top of the league after a hard 4-2-1 victory over Watford on Wednesday night. That was temporarily halted after a Watford fan suffered a cardiac arrest 12 minutes into the game. The team's coach Thomas Tuchel described his team's performance as unusual and felt he didn't prepare his boys well enough for they were completely underperforming as a team, and that the Watford side put up an enthusiastic play that made his side struggle. Moving to tennis, the 86 ATP single titles winner Novak Djokovic leads Serbia into the Davis Cup semi-finals after a single and double victories over Kazakhstan on Wednesday. The 37 ATP Masters titles winner had a comfortable 6-3, 6-4 win over Alexander Bublik in the singles and teamed up with Nikola Kacic to secure a 6-2, 2-6, 6-3 victory over Andrei Golubev and Alexander Nidovyazov. Elsewhere in football, Karim Benzema's first half strike gave Real Madrid a hard-fought 1-0 win over Athletic Bilbao, making it 7 victories on the sprint for La Liga's leaders. In racing, 2 more races, only one champion as Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton battle heads for the penultimate round this weekend with the first ever Saudi Arabian GP, as they have been closely matched all season with just 8 points ahead of the inaugural race at Jeddah's newly built Corniche circuit, officially the fastest Swiss track in F1 history. With Sports Brief, Farida Isa Adamu, NTA News.
And that's it at 1. More reports at 7. Good afternoon.